if you've ever tried eating carnivore and thought, okay, but what about bread? Today is your lucky day because I'm about to show you how to make the easiest, fluffiest carnivore buns that feel illegal but are absolutely not. These are legit. No flour, no fillers, no Frankenstein ingredients. Just protein, fat, and a little kitchen magic. But first, let's talk about something that most women on carnivore don't hear enough. Carnivore isn't supposed to feel like prison. You're not being punished, and you don't get extra credit for suffering. There are two types of carnivore out there. The ribeye purists who eat meat and salt and glare at anyone who dares to scramble an egg, and the women like us who want results and a life. So today we're talking about the real meaning of Beyond Meat on carnivore, not the fake processed patties from the freezer aisle. I'm talking about the true Beyond Meat variety within the animal kingdom. Eggs, butter, cheese, pork, seafood, bone broth, liver, if you're brave, and even fun carnivore-friendly creations like ice cream, browned butter bites, or as I like to call them, carnivore candy, and the buns I'm about to show you. So why does this matter? Because most women over 50 do not want to thrive long-term on only beef. We need different amino acids, different macronutrients, digestive variety, and honestly, mental satisfaction. Let's get real. Eating the same burger patty or ribeye alone every day, it gets old fast. It gets boring. Adherence goes right out the window. That's when cravings show up. That's when this diet doesn't work anymore panic starts. And that's when most people quit. But when you use the whole toolbox, eggs, fish, dairy if tolerated, simple carnivore baking, and even organ blends, your body gets everything that it needs to heal while your taste buds stop crying in the corner. Protein variety also helps hormone production, hair and skin health, muscle retention, blood sugar stability, and reducing inflammation. And listen, all of that matters way more than following a dogma online. There is no carnivore police hiding in your pantry waiting to arrest you for using butter and cheese in the same recipe. You're allowed to make this lifestyle work for you and your life. And I believe if you want to, you should. Which is exactly why these buns are such a game changer. They let you enjoy your burgers, pulled pork, breakfast sandwiches, whatever you'd like to put on them, while staying fully carnivore. And they're not heavy, not eggy, and they don't fall apart at one touch. And best of all, they won't disappoint. Bonus, they won't destroy your macros for the day either, because whether you're trying to heal, trying to lose, or just maintaining, knowing your macros are working for you, it matters. So now that we've talked about why variety matters and why carnivore doesn't have to be boring, let's get into the kitchen because I'm about to show you how to make these delicious carnivore buns step by step. I am so excited to share my favorite new recipe for carnivore buns. There was a long period of time when I thought that I was going to have to give up anything that resembled bread, but I found this amazing carnivore bun recipe, and after tweaking it a little bit, I absolutely love it, and you would not know that it did not have grain in it. It is 3 simple ingredients. I am using Judy's heavy cream powder, and it takes 1.5 cups. What I love about this is it is 0 carbs. Now, having said that, I am sure that there are a few carbs in there when it's all said and done. But the idea that we're starting super low, I love. So it is 1.5 cups of the heavy cream powder, 365 aluminum-free baking powder, and again, it is 0 carbs. And then 3 large eggs. And we want to start by just whipping the 3 eggs, get them to a good whipped consistency. And then we will go ahead and add in the other 2 ingredients. So 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1.5 cups of the heavy cream powder. Okay, and I've got the dry goods in there. I'm just going to start mixing up. Just wanted to mention 2 things while this is mixing. First, do not skimp on your baking powder. It's super important that you have a full tablespoon or they just don't rise quite as well. And you can bake it on anything, but I am using my baking stone and I put some pure tallow on top of it so that it didn't stick. Okay, we are all done mixing and you'll see that it is a very thick consistency. It's not falling off the spoon at all. And you don't have to over mix it. You just need to mix it enough so that you don't have any of the flour in there. And then all I'm going to do is take my spoon and dollop it onto the stone. And it ends up usually being about 6 buns. And I'll show you the size when they are done cooking. Okay, I have gotten these laid out. Now I will mention that I like the bigger bun size. So today I got 7, as you can see, and I want to give you a reference point of what the size is. So this is a 1/4 cup measuring cup, and it is probably about a 1/4 cup per little dollop. And so I have preheated the oven at 320 degrees. I have a gas oven and I don't have 320 on mine, but I just put it between, 315 and 325. And I will also mention that I have done it in my air fryer. It works fine, but the paper that I put it on kind of curled up a little bit and I just don't care for that. So I just put it on my baking stone with a little bit of the tallow and we will go ahead and get it into the oven. Okay, 20 minutes. And you guys, if I could share the smell with you, my goodness, it is amazing. And this little baby, they have a nice toasty bottom. Tell me that does not look like a hamburger bun. Even better. Seriously, even smells better. So I'm just going to move them out onto parchment paper to cool down. Okay, so these are all cooled now. And I just wanted to show you how beautiful they are. Now, they're not super thick because they do spread out, but they puff up just enough. They're a little thinner than a hamburger bun, but my goodness, you can actually have a hamburger on a bun. So let me know what you think about the recipe, and I would love to know if you try it and what you think about it. You could also add a little bit of cheese to it if you wanted to, and make it just like cheesy bites. If you made smaller pieces, you could make it like little mini bites, little mini cheesy pizza bites maybe. And you really want to get creative, you could take this little baby and flip it over and add a little bit of cheese, sausage, whatever you might want to onto it and make your own little individual pizzas. These are just spectacular and so versatile, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, tell me those buns weren't shockingly easy. If you've been missing sandwiches, burgers, or just something to put butter on besides a spoon, these are going to be a variety lifesaver. Now let's bring this home by talking about the bigger picture. Why adding Beyond Meat options like Carnivore Buns actually makes carnivore more effective, not less. When you give your body variety, you're giving it a broader micronutrient profile, better digestive balance, different fat and protein combinations, and more enjoyment, which means better consistency. And consistency is everything, whether in life, on carnivore, and especially after 50. Our hormones shift, our stress tolerance changes, and our muscles and metabolism need more support than they did at 25. So eating in a way that feels doable long term, that's the secret sauce. Now, quick word of caution, because you know me. Just because you can make all kinds of carnivore desserts and breads doesn't mean that they should become your entire personality. These are tools, not the main event. Use them to stay on track, not to replace your real meals. And if you're still in the healing phase of your journey, ease into these slowly. Don't jump in the deep end. As a previously carb-addicted woman, I know how easy it is to lean a little too much into these things that feel like a treat. And before you know it, they are the main event. I strongly recommend using the Cronometer app to track your macros, especially when introducing these new Beyond Meat options. Create custom recipes so that you know exactly how much these carnivore bonuses are going to add to your daily macros. But when they help you stay consistent, when they help you avoid the carb creep, when they let you enjoy your food again without starting over every Monday, that's when carnivore becomes sustainable. That's when weight loss feels effortless. And that is when your inflammation drops, your energy rises, and your confidence starts climbing back where it belongs. So experiment. Try seafood nights. Play with different cuts of meat. Use eggs, butter, cheese, and simple recipes like these buns to make life enjoyable. You're not cheating, you're customizing. And that's the whole point. And hey, if you enjoyed today's video and want more videos just like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with another woman over 50 who could use a little kitchen inspiration. I'll be dropping one of my favorite carnivore ice creams in an upcoming video. You don't want to miss it. And as always, remember to be good to yourself, be good to others, and keep loving life over 50.